The UK doesn't have so many issues with non-treaty countries, but where there are non-treaty countries, then the threshold becomes uncertain, and the need to look at the domestic law overseas and how that may change obviously becomes a lot more relevant. The precise definition is something that we will look through. The basis of this presentation is really to break apart the meaning of permanent establishment, so that in the cases that we look at later on, as well as the profit allocation, there's a clear understanding of how permanent establishment is actually being described. I'd like to just look at tax risk and why this is such a big issue for our clients. Looking at the concept first, this slide really sets out permanent establishment as a concept where you've got the residency state, the enterprise base there, which expands into the source state. And looking at the tax treaty, Article 7 on business profits will only give taxing rights to the source state if the activities actually constitute a permanent establishment. And that's why the definition in Article 5 is of such key relevance. So risk is something which I mentioned, and it is something which we both look at from a defensive perspective, which is to look at the initial, the immediate, to look at whether what happens actually creates a permanent establishment. But it's also something which, for our clients, we can be very proactive on. Proactive really is something that we can assist our clients with when they're expanding overseas. That's a key issue from a permanent establishment perspective. When they're actually modifying their foreign operations, so change obviously happens. What they start out doing, maybe not what they continue to do. There's obviously a lot of staff movement which happens, so relocation of staff. When our clients enter into contractual arrangements with overseas customers, there's possibilities of permanent establishments arising, and also from an intergroup transaction perspective. And the risk is really one of an overseas tax liability and also penalties that can arise from non-identification of that liability. There's also a need to consider the overseas tax compliance, which can be a significant burden for clients. And often, or maybe not often, but occasionally we will see that double taxation can arise where the two territories may not actually agree on whether a permanent establishment has actually arisen.